God himself counts the cost of doing something. Today I'm just going to give you strategies. I've just bought Greg's coffee. No one tracks that. So today I'm just going to give you strategies to help. So the first thing to do about money is we all know how much we're earning roughly. And we all know how much we're paying for rent roughly. Or for if you lease a car, you know how much you're paying. But not everybody tracks those little things. For instance, if you've seen me, I've just been to Greg's. I've just bought Greg's coffee. No one tracks that. Or I just go to Waitrose, that's Waitrose there. I go into Waitrose, I buy something. I'm only going to buy probably, let's say, a bottle of water. But I come out with something else with that bottle of water. No one is tracking that. So today we're just going to talk about all the kind of stuff. So how then do we do our finances? I think the first thing we need to look at is how can we kind of track all these things happening. The way we track it in simple man's term is to do what we call budgeting. How many of us have budgets here? No? All right, so this is a good place to start. So what budget does is that it helps us track what's coming in and what we are spending that money on. The great way to kind of have financial as well freedom, and not that we are working for money, but money is working for us, is that we actually keep more it's like we spend less than we earn. In other words, we keep more of the money and make the money work for us. So how do we do that? This is where Cap Money Cost comes into play. Cap Money Cost is the Christians Against Poverty. And what it does is that it gives us kind of tools to help us track that money. So we divide that money into, for instance, our needs, our wants, and our desires. So for instance, if I desire to, let's say, buy a 5-bedroom house, that's a desire, but that doesn't mean it's a need, because I might just need somewhere to just lay low for a while until that desire comes to pass. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't desire or think big or want something big for your life. It just means that you need to plan for it. The good book tells us, that's the Bible, it tells us that if a man wants to build a house, he first of all does what? He counts the cost. Even God himself counts the cost of doing something. And God does not do anything that will not cost him. For instance, for the salvation of the world, he had to give his only begotten son. It cost him something. So in other words, what we are going to look at now and what Cap Money Cost helps us to do is to do a budget. Now, I'll be around. That's why I've worn this shirt. Like I said, 10 minutes is not enough for me to tell you about money. But if you want to sign up for that course, it only takes 2 weeks for us to sign up for that course, and you do that course in 2 weeks. But it give you strategies on how to manage the money that God has given you.